Hi everyone. This is the voice behind the noise. I am Myron. As a well-known island country, Singapore has been ridiculing for its small size. Singapore's land area is only 728.6 square kilometers, and this is the result of a large number of reclaiming land from the sea projects since the founding of Singapore in 1965. So far, about 20% of Singapore's land area is generated by reclamation. It is estimated that Singapore will achieve the goal of increasing its land area by 100 square kilometers by 2030. So what are their main raw materials for reclamation? Frankly, one of the materials will definitely shock you a lot. There are two main raw materials for land reclamation in Singapore: sand and garbage. Singapore's small land is obviously not enough to provide enough sand to support reclamation. They have to import sand to meet the construction needs. By the way, Singapore became the world's largest importer of sand in 2014. With the global shortage of industrial raw materials, many countries have begun to restrict the export of sand, and Singapore's imported sand road has become increasingly bumpy. In 2007, Indonesia issued a specific ban on sand exports to Singapore. However, at that time, more than 90% of Singapore's imported sand came from Indonesia. Another raw material is garbage. In fact, it can be obtained in a much simpler way. In the 1990s, Singapore began to use waste and soil for reclamation. In 1989, the Ministry of Environment of Singapore announced the concept of developing a marine landfill and selected two small islands on the south coast of Singapore as the construction sites. In 1999, the world's first man-made offshore landfill entirely at sea was born in Singapore. In addition to trying its best to expand the land area, the Singapore government has to face a series of environmental problems caused by land reclamation. Land reclamation is the equivalent of destroying the mangroves off the coast of Singapore. Compared to when Raffles landed in Singapore, 95% of Singapore's mangroves have disappeared. At the same time, land development in coastal areas has also triggered the loss of Singapore's coral reefs. Most reefs in Singapore have lost up to 65% of their live coral cover since 1986. In addition, land reclamation has led to territorial disputes between Singapore and Malaysia. In short, land reclamation has created many opportunities for Singapore. The citizens of this tropical island country, with the spirit of never admit defeat, have created land for themselves and created the prosperity of Singapore, which can be called a miracle. Okay, that's all for today. See you in the next video.